Hey. So, I just had my wife, partner of 6 years walk out on me abruptly and without warning and without any warning signs, and just completely cold cocked ended it without really even a good explanation. I suspected she was lying to me for the past few months. Turned out she was lying to me collectively for about a year now about the nature of her relationship with someone else. Her professor, actually. Inappropriate. Whether it was physical or mental, she still allowed someone else into the sanctuary and sanctity of our relationship to let them infiltrate your mind. Whether or not they infiltrate your body is just a matter of time after they infiltrate your mind. The mind is first. So if you're in a relationship and you allow some other person in your mind to come in and manipulate and seduce you, and you then still play cutesy with your partner at home and pretend it's not a deal, and meanwhile you're entertaining thoughts with this other person who's presented themselves in a way that you find so enamored by, then you cheated, and you're a cheater. And then you deceived for a long time. So yeah, I'm at my worst right now, and I'm putting this on the internet with no editing, and no fancy effects, and no fucks given. And I'm not sure what I just said in the video before. It just got cut off for a second, so I'm just gonna say it again. Last night, the love of my life for the last 9 years. Someone I've been dating for 6 and pursued for 9. I pursued them for 3 years, trying to ask them out, and then 6 years ago, it worked. And we had a great, beautiful relationship for 6 years. Yes, ups and downs. Yes, personal problems. Yes, emotional issues and financial struggles and being challenged out of your career and pandemic and all the things. We made it through. And in the past year, I've been really good. In the past 4 months, I've been really calm and peaceful. Like all the developments of things and tragedies befallen us, and we've overcome and risen through them. But we can't rise through them when you don't want to be involved. When you are in a relationship with someone committed and loyal and loving, and then allow another person to enter the sanctuary and safe place of your relationship, allow them in your mind. You develop a mind relationship with someone else. That's cheating. That's infidelity. That is developing a relationship with someone else. If it's not turned into the physical bed relationship yet, it will in time. And you do in advance is you romanticize these people, you fantasize about these people, you think about them and how great well, my man at home is okay, but this guy at the office, he's rich and powerful and cool, and he's so free and so funny because he's rich and powerful and free and he doesn't have any worries, and he can just present so perfectly, and you can be enamored by that so easily, and then you fall out of love with someone and you secretly fall in love with someone else. That's cheating. You allowed this other person to corrupt your mind. You allowed them to seduce you with work and money and position and power and prestige. And you defiled a person that is loyal, loving, caring, kind, sweet, hopeful, dreaming, planning a future with together. Yeah, we all have struggles. We're not perfect. We've made mistakes. We fix the mistakes, we correct them, we err on caution and move forward. Those things have been done. You just took our entire life of 6 years and threw it in the gutter. Heartless. Because you're in love with your professor. So now I'm alone, and I don't have any friends. And I don't have one. And my best friend was my life partner, this person that I wanted as my wife, this person I wanted to be the mother of my children, the person I wanted to have a home with and live with and be with. And she could just never give us time. It was always about her school and her schedule and her things and her needs. And I've not needed anything in this relationship for 5 years. I've ever made demands on our schedule. And in 5 years, 6 years, I lost my career through racism, being replaced with diversity, equity, and inclusion. The number of work calls I've had has gone down by about 90%. And it's been 100% no work in a long time, despite trying to get work. But that doesn't mean I need my partner to support me, just mentally and lovingly. I never said financially. But this other guy, he's financially fit, sound, rich, can offer her to take her on trips around the world, and they've traveled together 5 or 6 times. And she lied to me every single time about the nature of that trip and that relationship. And kept that lie going for about a year. And it caused one argument and one definite kind of battle or fight in a way of heated words. And then multiple times of me calmly asking over the course of a year, who's going? What are the details? Really? Sure. I'm asking in concern and care, but curiosity because something isn't sitting right. And after all that time, she finally comes clean. I offer the chance. You can just say it for now. I won't be mad. And I was not mad. You told me the truth. You finally committed to your truth and told me you were lying for a very long time. And I didn't get mad. I forgive you. I foolishly forgive and said, let's fix this and forge forward. And then she said it isn't working and there's nothing to fix. So you wanted to lie about your nature relationship with the other person because you've already replaced me with them. And whether it's the next week or next month or next year, you'll be in bed with them. And the prophecy will become true. So I tell this internet that's no one's listening on the worst channel ever this story because it's my truth. And for 6 years, I loved this person. And I still love this person. And for 3 years before, I pursued this person, trying to ask them out. Finally, I got the green light. This is going to be a relationship. And I just was so devoted to it. I made mistakes. I showed my emotions too many times. And then I really worked on, I lost my career and life over fucking pandemic and vaccines and DEI equity. Even though I had less, I became more. Even though I had less, I became greater. Even though I had nothing, I still had my peace, my harmony, my love, my ability to be understanding and caring, funny. And she just rejected all those things. At when I was actually at my best, my most capable emotional intelligence. I was not letting problems be a problem, just well, those are things, but let's just not make that a thing. That's a trigger, let's not let that be a trigger. And just dissolving and solving all the problems before they became problems. I did that. And then I'm asking as to, why are you distant? Why are you not around? Why don't I ever get to see you? And what's with this interesting lie I want to know about you and this other guy? And it was deceptive, and it was hurtful, and it's now broken our relationship. And I have nothing. Now I have nothing. Now I don't have my best partner. my best friend, my life partner, the person I want as a wife, asked her dad a year ago, may I have his blessing on his fucking deathbed? May I have your blessing? You know, I was wanting to marry and have a family with this very important person to me. And as I'm thinking those things, and planning and devoting and worshiping and putting on a pedestal and chasing and loving and being so giving and caring and kind, as I'm doing those things and healing any personal trauma I had of my past or self, where I was like not my best version, and continue refining that. And I've been doing that for a long time. I've been really supportive for. I've been lied to for about a year now. I asked about this relationship with this man a year ago. I said it was inappropriate. Then I was lied to. On 5 or 6 trips they went out of town together. And 5 or 6 times for the course of over a year now, I've been lied to. And I just was still calm the whole time. I only got mad one time where I was like, said like, is this inappropriate? You know? And it's inappropriate. Just because you think you're not having sex together. Okay. You say you're not. Okay. You tell me there's nothing to worry about. And then you walked out. Well, that's something to worry about. That is something to worry about. Because you don't walk out on who you love. You don't walk out on who your life partner is. You don't walk out on 6 years. You don't walk out on things that were working. You fix what's broken and you build. You don't just toss it all out. These modern day people just assume you can just throw it all away and start again tomorrow on some fucking swipe left, swipe right promise. Some promise that there's going to be someone better out there. Well, you already had the promise fulfilled with your professor, your perfect professor, who's able to prey on his students. Inappropriate, so inappropriate. Just because you say it's not, we don't have a physical relationship. You have a mental one. You've made a mental connection with this other man. And in that, had fantasies replacing him with me with him, or whichever is where I'm out and he's in. And he's supposed to be married with kids, so you're a homewrecker too. It isn't right. And now I literally don't know what to do other than tell this stupid internet where nobody listens anyways. And they don't care about a sad story. They don't care. All they want is rich, money, success stories, Lamborghinis, fucking steroid muscles, all this bullshit. Famous names and fucking acclaim. No one cares about your loser life. No one cares. No one wants to hear a sad story. I stopped telling sad stories like a long time ago. I started telling jokes, success stories, fun stories, newsworthy stories, things that are like uplifting. And now I'm back at rock bottom with not a single friend in the world. Nobody cares. My career's been replaced by racism. Like, oh, we call it inclusion, but you're not included. And now my wife has replaced me with her professor. It's really inappropriate. And she lied so many times. He had to lie like hundreds of times over a long time too. Extended periods of time. Many months, if not a year, of lying to cover up who you went where with. And what was the nature of the relationship and what were the details. And you kept fabricating those details. And I kept feeling there's something suspicious happening. And my intuition and suspicions were correct. And you say, oh, nothing to worry about. And you're like, no, we don't have a relationship like that. Oh, you don't have a relationship where you're in bed together, you say? Yet? Yet is what I say. Because if you let them come into your mind, the next step is your bedroom. And if you're doing the other way around, you're crazy. Oh, they're not in my mind, they're just in my bed. What? They have to be in both. It starts here, and then it goes here, and then it goes here. And if you have that in reverse order, you need fucking help. So this is my shitty YouTube channel where I can't be found by people that left me and now don't deserve to get any part of me. And I don't have anybody watching this shit anyway, so I really don't even know what it's going to look like other than me sitting here crying to the camera telling you a real story with no cuts and no edits and no fancy graphics and no script and no talent and no skill and no money and no friends and no love and no family. And it was a year ago today my bird died, who was my family. And the vet said, we're going to fix him up and send him back to you, and the vet killed him. And my partner's dad died last October, and I was extremely supportive to that process, very caring and kind to it for a long time. I have been a shoulder and a heart and a hand and a home to care and give and love. And she says, but remember 5 years ago, that time you got mad and emotionally were not caring? And on it goes. You're bringing up something from so long ago, as if it happened today. And I'm willing to work through that trauma, okay? I'm not familiar with that memory as much as you are. If it's important to you, let's uproot it, let's work on it, let's discuss it. I'll take ownership for my wrongs, and let's set them right. Nope, she doesn't want to do that. That means she doesn't want to be with me. She wants to be with that other person. So fuck you. And the only friend I got is this guitar, and I've never had one lesson. And I'm going to play it badly for you now. it. See you later. Life sucks.